Welcome to the Wellness Corner with Naples Personal Training. Today we are with Katie Mulligan, yoga instructor since 2011 with over 1,000 hours of teaching experience. Today we'll be talking about yoga for athletes of all ages. Katie, how long have you been practicing yoga for?
I went to my very first yoga class in 1996, and it was when I moved to Naples, and my first class I went into was with Albert Kleiner, and I think at the time he was in his mid-70s. I was 19, and I was so sore the next day. I loved it. So since 1996, and then I have been teaching since 2011.
Okay. And what type of yoga do you teach?
I teach multiple styles of yoga. There's a lot of different styles. One of my favorite styles is yin yoga. Yin yoga focuses on the connective tissue and the fascia. It's very healing for the mind as well. It's quiet practice. And I teach hatha yoga, and I can teach a vinyasa style, gentle, restorative. So those are probably my favorites.
Okay, that leads us to another question. There are so many styles of yoga. How does one choose a style that fits them best?
Well, I think it's good especially if you're a beginner, to try a beginner's class, because if the class is too advanced or moves too quickly, it can be easy to get discouraged, right? So trying a beginner's class, and I think it's really just trying different classes and different teachers, because not everyone likes the same style of yoga. A lot of the yoga postures are the same in yoga. It's how they're put together, how the teacher teaches it, the speed of the class, and multiple factors like that.
Okay. And so why is it so important for athletes of all ages to practice yoga?
Well, athletes, there's a lot of benefits physically, for the balance, the coordination, the strength, also for the mind, the focus, because we focus a lot in yoga. We bring in qualities such as little bits of meditation and resting. I think it helps to get in touch with your body and how your body feels, knowing what your limitations are and having respect for that. So there's a lot of different qualities on different levels where I feel like it would be beneficial. Of course, we can see for a person's body, for the stretching and the breath, combining the breath with the movement, and how that would translate into someone's athletic performance.
Which athletes can benefit from practicing yoga? Is there a specific sport that benefits, or is it just a general benefit for all athletes?
Well, I think it would be a benefit for all athletes, and depending on what sport a person practices, like with golf, since there's a lot of swing, there's areas in yoga that really postures that target the spine that would be very good for the spine and the mobility of the spine. Running, of course, you're going to get tight hamstrings and hips, and so then the yoga practice can really help in those areas. So I think a yoga practice is good overall, and then you can use it, target it to help if there are certain areas where you need attention and care, can use it for that.
So Katie, now we're going to ask a few questions just about yourself, and so that our viewers can learn more about you. So if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you travel?
I would go to Africa. I have a dream of going in the hot air balloon across the Serengeti. So I just feel very drawn to there. So hopefully one day it's my dream trip.
That sounds like a great trip to me. So Katie, when you're instructing athletes, what two postures do you find most beneficial for them?
So I would say if I had to pick two, one would be the figure 4 posture, which is good for the hips, and then the second one would be a reclined twist. So reclined twist, good for the spine. So if someone's golfing, playing tennis, it's a nice twist for the spine, and also it's great for the nervous system. So it's peace enhancing. Great.
We're going to have Katie show those exercises so that you guys at home can do them on your own.
Okay, so for the reclined twist, have your feet on the floor, and for a gentler twist, you can keep the feet on the floor. Arms can come out to the sides. You're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, you just let your knees start to come over to one side. Okay, you can let the shoulder come towards the ground. You can turn your face towards the opposite side from your legs. If it hurts your neck though, you can have your face upwards. And then just focus on your breath. Let your shoulders relax. And your neck, and breathe into it. Okay? That's the gentlest version. If you want a bit more, you just start to draw your knees in. You're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, start to bring them over to the side. Okay? Same thing, you can bring the right hand to this thigh to increase the twist a bit and breathe into it. Okay? And then you just want to take it on both sides. So you bring the legs over, you can bring the hand here, turn in the head if it feels okay for your neck. So it's a great twist for the spine, and it's really wonderful for your nervous system, so it's very calming posture. It's wonderful. Okay? So for the figure 4, we call it figure 4 posture for the hips. You can start with your feet on the floor. You can bend one leg and put the ankle on top. And for some people this is enough, so if there's a lot of sensation in your hips, you can stay right here. You can press this knee away from you and breathe. Really breathe into it, let your shoulders relax. Okay? And if you're here and you don't feel much, or you have more room for sensation, you can start to draw this opposite thigh in. The left arm would come between, and you take a hold of the back of the leg. And you just start to hug that in until you feel it. Okay? And then you focus on your breath, allowing your shoulders to relax. And just breathe into it. You can hold it for a few breaths. Once you relax a bit, you can always hug it in a little bit closer. And breathe. Okay. So this posture is called Sphinx. I'm going to teach it to you a bit more of a yin style of yoga. Yin style of yoga, we focus more on the connective tissue and the fascia. So that being said, you allow the musculature to soften and relax so that we can target the connective tissue, which is a deeper tissue. Okay? So you can start out with your elbows underneath the shoulders. You want to let your legs relax. And you just lift up gently through the chest, but keep in a relaxed space. You can have your face forward, or your face can be downwards. And this puts a healthy stress onto the lumbar spine. So it helps strengthen the tissue around the spine. And just breathe into it. So if you're just starting this type of position and it's intense for you, which it can be, you can always start with bringing the elbows out a little further away from you first and just start here. Okay? Otherwise, elbows are underneath. If you're here and you're like, okay, this is okay, I can handle this, you can start to bend your knees, which is going to bring more sensation into that area. Okay? So same thing, you just do your best to relax the shoulders, breathe in into that area where you feel it. You can have a healthy spine. Okay, good. Okay. And then when you come out of it, you can even hold that posture for a minute or two if that works for you. You just gently start to come down, and you can let yourself rest.
I want to thank you all for viewing our Wellness Corner today with Katie Mulligan. She did a great job of sharing yoga for athletes and telling us a little bit more about herself. So Katie, where can the viewers find more information about where you're teaching at?
Well, I teach here at Naples Personal Training Wednesdays at 6:30, and it's a multi-level, very accessible class, so it's a nice place to begin or continue if you're already a yoga practitioner. And you can check my website for my full schedule, which is www.katiehopemulligan.com. So katiehopemulligan.com.
Well, thank you very much, Katie. We appreciate it, and we hope to see you guys all at our next yoga class.
Okay, namaste.